Healing the mother wound. Now, I see this as two things. One is healing the mother wound, the wound that we can carry with our mothers, mothers to daughters, daughters to mothers, and the mother of all wounds for a female body. We're talking femininity. We're talking femininity here, mothers to daughters. And some women will have a beautiful relationship with their mothers and their daughters. And they will be able to hold space. Mothers will be able to hold space for daughters to succeed in life. And it's a lovely experience for everyone. It's supportive, it's nourishing. Some will have a more complex relationship. And that can be because one side, and if you think about it, daughter comes from mother, so it'll be where mother hasn't completely resolved her own issues for herself. And so this can create a complex relationship with her daughter and then in daughter's life. And some will, I'm mucking around with the camera, sorry folks. And then some will have an extraordinarily toxic relationship, and it will be something that they need to break away from in order to self-heal. And all of that is possible. And it's very tricky to navigate one's way through some of this, especially if you are in a situation where your relationship with your daughter or your mother is in that category, is not healthy, and you do have to break away. We always have to work from a space of self-preservation, which is not always a popular viewpoint. But I completely believe that if you are not looking after yourself, if you are not putting your own health and well-being first, not 1.5 or 2 first, you are no use to anyone. Absolutely no use to anyone. If you are sacrificing yourself to try and help someone else, you're both going to go under. I've learned this the hard way, so listen to me. So back to the mother-daughter relationship. And for those, I would say mine is complex, and it's definitely something I've had to work on over the years. It's definitely something where there have been layers of understanding, layers of awareness, realization, and then layers of healing. And I'm still going through that. And the point is not to blame. And I think it's very easy to get into that space, especially when we might have a relationship with the person we're working that with. It's very easy to get into that space. But actually what it's about is understanding how that relationship affects you and affects you being yourself in your life, loving yourself in your life, and how the relationship directs the flow of your life, because that is what happens. It's particularly if it's an unconscious relationship. And remember, it's an important relationship. We are carried in the womb of our mother and brought into the world. So whether you still have contact with that person or not, you still have connections, energetic, DNA, strands of, there'll be all kinds of explanations for it. You will still be carrying that until you change that. And what I have discovered, and in my path of healing, and I would say I've been consciously working on healing my own relationship for 20 years. And I would say there was probably 5 years before that when I started to become aware of things, is the impact it's had on my awareness of who I am and who I am in the world and what I can create and achieve. And it's been mind-blowing to see where it's held me back and I've been unconscious to it, and where I haven't understood it. So without wanting to talk too much about my own journey, it's to share the importance of becoming conscious to that relationship. And it goes both ways. You know, if you're a mother bringing a daughter into the world, you can work on your consciousness of that side of the relationship. And in doing so, you're probably healing your own relationship with your mother. And if you think about it, it goes back along the female line. And I find all this fascinating because we've got the DNA of our female line. And then, as I'm someone who works in, as it says up there, spiritual coaching and healing, we've also got the energetics of the collective female consciousness and our female line. So we're carrying the energetics and the physicality. So there's definitely been days when I've gone, it's a double whammy. I'm never going to get out of this. I'm never going to get out of this loop. I'm never going to get out of this pattern. And our planet, we carry a lot of collective consciousness of femininity, what's happened to women over the centuries. And that sits in our DNA as well. And I'm going to talk past lives here, which is not everybody's cup of tea. But when I read someone, when I look in a spiritual coaching and healing session, when I look at someone's energy field, often a past life will emerge. And usually, if they're working on some level of female empowerment in this life, it's something along the lines of having had a past life where it was a challenging past life around being a female. Could possibly have even involved the females in their family line, because as souls we can reincarnate along the same family line. That's how it becomes like a loop, and it can take a while to unpick, and that's why there are layers to this healing. But it's such an important piece of the self-healing puzzle, if you like, to become conscious to our female line, our relationship with our mothers, so we can heal our relationships with our daughters, whether you're a mother or not, or the women that come after you. If you work with younger women, you can bring the wisdom of what you've learned and empower them on their path. So, which is quite exciting. And so, as we tackle that tapestry, we heal the collective female consciousness. We raise our self-esteem. We realize what we're worth. And we go out into the world with compassion, with integrity, with a sense of self-worth and self-love, and a humility as well. I'm not a big fan of arrogance, I have to say. And there'll be people out there that have a different opinion. Other opinions are available. I'm not a big fan of arrogance. I tend to shy away from it, and people that are in that. I feel it's a privilege to be here, and if you are humble, it doesn't mean you are weak. It doesn't mean you have low self-esteem. It just means you are more of an observer and you are conscious of your place in the tapestry being on the planet. So back to the mother wound. So it's such an important part of the jigsaw puzzle of self-healing, becoming aware and going into the world and bringing your particular brand of femininity and your wisdom into the world and empowering yourself and the women who came before you and the women who will come after you, and holding space. And I had the privilege today, I'm just going to mention it, of being part of the amazing Laura Brunton Super Connector session, networking. And she is fabulous. She knows how to hold space for women to thrive, every single woman to thrive. Doesn't matter if you're doing the same thing, thriving, supporting, helping, nourishing. Amazing. She is a woman who has managed to create that in present life. So to surmise here, this is what I work on. This is what I work on. My speciality is women and helping women find their power in their bodies, in themselves, and in their lives. And we work on this in spiritual coaching and healing. I look at your energy field. I look at what's going on. I talk, you talk, we talk. We look at strategies. I give you lots of homework, and you get a video of the whole session. So you can go back and look at anything that we've talked about and take that into your world. And you can go over it again and again and again. It will be up there for the lifetime of the platform, which will hopefully be much of my life, but who knows? And yeah, sessions start at 199. DM me, private message me the word healing if you're interested in working with me on healing the mother wound or any other aspect of self-healing. Have a great afternoon, morning, evening, wherever you are in the world.